In the Hawkeye State this week, the law that bans most abortions in Iowa could take effect as soon as tomorrow.
Iowa Capitol Bureau reporter Connor Hendricks looks at how abortion providers are preparing.
Iowa's abortion law bans abortion once fetal cardiac activity is detected. That's usually around 6 weeks before most patients know they're pregnant. It could take effect at the end of the week.
We're estimating that around 97–98% of abortions would be banned.
Ruth Richardson, CEO of Planned Parenthood North Central State, says Planned Parenthood will continue to provide abortions in the narrow window set by the law. They'll also be able to help patients who come after the window get care elsewhere.
Our patient navigators are going to be helping those patients travel across state lines in order to get access to the health care that they need.
Richardson says Planned Parenthood is expanding operations at their health centers on state lines. At their Mankato, Minnesota location, they are expanding their capacity to provide medication abortion. In Omaha, Nebraska, the provider's expanding the footprint of their facility.
We have a 9,000 square foot expansion that is underway, and it's going to give us the ability to triple the number of patients that we can see, going from 4 exam rooms to 13.
Christy Judkins with the Iowa Right to Life says the state has new resources to help families under the More Options for Maternal Support or MOMS program, which lawmakers revamped in this year's legislative session. It gives funds to anti-abortion pregnancy resource centers.
It will help with additional things, essential care needs like diapers and baby cribs and car seats and those other essentials that families need.
While some pregnancy resource centers offer health services, they are not medically licensed. Judkins says another option is adoption. She also notes that Iowa has a safe haven law which allows parents to give up custody of their infants without being charged with abandonment. Planned Parenthood is asking the Iowa Supreme Court to rehear the case. If the court declines, the case gets sent down to a lower district court where the judge will decide when to lift the injunction. The earliest that can happen is Friday. At the Iowa Capitol Bureau, I'm Connor Hendricks reporting.